Scorpios, this is your love and relationship reading for January. So we're going to do a little bit of astrology, a little bit of tarot, see what's coming up for your relationships this month. So for you, there has been quite a lot of, let's say, pressure or challenge recently, because your traditional ruler, which is Mars, has been retrograde for several weeks. Now, Mars retrograde has been in Gemini, so there might have been some feelings of not being able to communicate or being a little bit scattered with your energy, not being able to find your kind of central desire that drives you forwards. And so this actually ends on the 13th of January. And from here, you're going to get a little bit more clarity around what you actually desire, and that's going to really help you in your relationships, because when you know what you want, you're able to communicate with people more directly. You're able to show up with more kind of confidence. You know, there's less needing the other person to behave in a certain way to make you feel better. It's like you're more contained in your energy, and you're able to just show up and be yourself, and you know, whatever happens with the other person is like, okay, that's fine. And so from the 13th of January, we've got this kind of almost burst of your confidence, where you're like, okay, I know what I'm doing now, I know how to show up in the relationships, and I'm not so attached to what the other person thinks of me. There's more assertiveness in your energy. So then we have also got Venus moving into Pisces at the end of the month. So this is really nice for you as a water sign, because Venus in Pisces is a lot softer than what we've had through most of January. Venus in Aquarius can be a little bit more like kind of just friendly and detached, whereas as a Scorpio, you want to go really, really deep. So there might have been some missed opportunities with you this month to go deep, where you're like, I would love to actually express my emotions more, or to be more creative in my kind of like relationships and the way that we connect. You know, I would like more of an emotional connection, more intimacy, and maybe it just wasn't there because Venus in Aquarius is kind of like more lighthearted. So from the 27th of January and throughout February, you're going to be getting this now with Venus in Pisces. There's going to be much more room for intimacy, much more room for kind of being emotionally understood, where you just understand the other person and they understand you without words. And that's kind of almost what you crave sometimes. And if it's not there, then you can feel a little bit misunderstood or even lonely. So from the 27th of January through February, people are going to be a little bit more softer and a little bit more intuitive, a little bit more open to intimacy, which is fab for you. So let's add some cards to this. Okay, we've got the High Priestess and the Five of Pentacles. So the High Priestess is actually quite a scorpionic card. It really is a card of like secrets and mysteries and intuition. So this is basically saying that if you've been felt like you've been left out in the cold here, whether that is in relationships or even like financially, maybe you're kind of worried about finances and that's caused some kind of strife in relationships in some way, then this is basically saying that the more that you connect with your intuition, and the more that you try and move towards intimacy with yourself, the more that you are likely to be accepted by other people, so not left out in the cold anymore, kind of like welcomed into this like inner sanctum of intimacy. And the more that you are going to actually see abundance in your life, which will then support your relationships more as well. So yeah, make sure that you are really listening to your own inner voice. So guys, happy January. Don't forget to subscribe if you want more love and relationship readings and weekly horoscopes, and I will see you next week.